Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So mechanical keyboards, they've always been a part of the gaming community for quite some time due to its various advantages over membrane keyboards and traditional keyboards basically. But because of this, a lot of people have this thought that mechanical keyboards are only beneficial to gaming, which is entirely not true. So today we're going to be going over why I think everyone should have a mechanical keyboard and some of the ones I would recommend for any budget, and basically just something you should keep in mind. Anyways, let's get right into it. So first off, the pros and cons. So keep in mind the pros heavily outweigh the cons, but I'll still be talking about them both as well, just to give you guys a better understanding of what you're getting yourself into when buying and investing in a mechanical keyboard. So there's a lot of pros, meaning longer lifespan, so your keyboard will last a lot longer and the keys will never get stuck. You can type on a mechanical keyboard for 8 years and they will never get stuck or have you clicking a key for the longest time and stuff like that. Just minor annoyances that would get in the way of your typing experience that could basically hinder you from doing as good as you can and as fast as you can. Another thing to keep in mind, since the keys aren't hard to press, I found that it relieves stress in my fingers when doing long essays for college, etc., stuff like that. So you will have less stress in your hands and no cramping in your fingers once you get used to it. When you first start off, sure, maybe a little bit because you're not used to the fact that you don't have to press as hard, but that just comes with practice. Just keep on typing and you'll get used to it. And of course, last but not least would be improved faster typing, which means you have a better experience when typing and you get work done faster. Now for the but just keep in mind, but some of these cons may be the deciding factor for you. So just keep these in mind. So there's only two cons basically, or the ones that I think are the most important when it comes to the cons. Mechanical keyboards, since they're mechanical, they do sound louder than your average keyboard. Now, I'm going to talk about ways you can go against that and get silent, not silent, but softer keys that still give the same feeling back and stuff like that. So we'll go over that later on in the video. But just keep in mind that overall they're always going to be louder than your average keyboard, and they also do have a higher price point. But to me this doesn't really apply, because if you think about it, if this keyboard will last you 4 to 5, 6 years, and an average keyboard will cost you $30, I'm guessing around there, that's not mechanical, and you'll probably have to get one every 2 years, then in the end of the day you're probably going to pay the same price just over a longer period of time. So I think it's worth the investment. Now I'm going to talk about the two, basically my favorite switches and the ones that a lot of people also buy. And the first one is the Cherry MX Reds, and the second one will be the Cherry MX Browns. Now, the big difference between the two is the Browns are softer than the Reds. But keep in mind, the Reds aren't that loud in the first place. They're both not loud. If you want to go loud, you get the Blues. And since most people don't like loud keyboards for a good reason, I mean, it's kind of annoying from time to time. So that's why I always recommend the Reds or the Browns. And I'll go over each one individually so you guys get a better understanding. So first off, the Cherry MX Reds are a linear switch, so it basically makes it smooth. And whenever you type, you don't really feel like a bump. I guess that's the best way to explain it. It's really hard to give a full in detail without showing you guys. So if you want to see a comparison between all the MX switches, I'll leave a link in the description below that goes really into detail and basically explains how each key works. There's not just reds and browns, there's also blues and speeds and blacks and all these other key switches. So you guys can also look at that, and the video I'll leave in the link in the description. But yeah, so there's no tactile bump, making it a very smooth experience. But because of that, you will have more. Basically, it'll be a little bit louder. It's not to the point where your ears hurt, but just keep in mind that you will produce more noise with the Reds than you do with the Browns. So the Cherry MX Browns are a tactile switch, which means you will feel a little bump, but it's a lot softer than the Reds. So you will have a little bump. I saw a video, and basically the best way they could explain it is when you have a pencil or something and you like push it and then it forces it to go over something, and you feel like the pressure or like the bump basically. And that's the best way I can think of how to explain it. They did it really well in the video that I'm talking about in the description below. So yeah, go check that out if you want to learn more. Okay, so there are also a lot of different layouts for mechanical keyboards, but the main three that a lot of people go for are the 60%, 80%, and 100%. So 100% would be your normal 100% keyboard, meaning it'll still have the numpad and FN keys at the top. A 60% has no numpad and no FN keys at the top, and an 80% has no numpad but has the FN keys. So when it comes down to it, 60% is better for compact. It's very compact, very portable, and it's just overall nice. Now keep in mind, just because it's a 60% that doesn't have the FN keys, there are two modes on that keyboard. So if you click a hotkey, it'll take you to the second mode, meaning you'll be able to access those FN keys if you ever needed to use them. Now an 80% has the FN keys and no numpad. So if you have enough storage, like room in your backpack when you're like wanting to travel, or you just don't have enough room on your desk for a 100% keyboard, I definitely go with this one. Now the price gets cheaper the more keys you remove, so just keep that in mind as well. So a 60% board will obviously be cheaper than a 100% board, and yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And a 100% board is basically just your normal keyboard with the numpad on the side and the FN keys at the top. I definitely do recommend this because the numpad, although it seems like unnecessary at times, it does come in handy when you just want to type numbers faster than using the top row, but that's just personal preference when it comes down to it. Now, if everything I've talked about today has gotten you interested and you're thinking, well, I just searched up on Amazon mechanical keyboards and I got like 80,000 different results. Which ones do I choose from? And well, I got you, don't worry. And I'll basically list all the keyboards that I think are very affordable or good or just overall like great in the description below. So there's two websites that I recommend buying keyboards from, and that is mechanicalkeyboards.com. It's basically like the mechanical keyboard like haven. You can get anything there. You can even get different keycaps for your keyboards, etc., etc. And Amazon. So you have the two to choose from. Now, just because it's not Amazon or like just because you've never heard of mechanicalkeyboards.com doesn't mean it's a scam website. They're very good, and each keyboard you can select what key switches you want for the keyboard and stuff like that. It's just very customizable and it's very user friendly when you go in. It's super simple. It's just like Amazon, you just search. And I'll leave the links in the description for both, basically. So 3 brands. So there's a bunch of brands that you can choose from, but I just wanted to go over 3 that I really like, and I did a lot of research into figuring out which ones I should talk about in this video. So I came down to 3. So first off, you can't go wrong with Ducky keyboards. I have the Ducky 1.2 full. It's 100%. I was about to say 1.2 mini, but I have the Ducky 1.2 and it's super nice. I'll leave a link right here somewhere for you to watch my Ducky 1.2 keyboard review if you're looking into that. And it's one of my older videos, so sorry if I'm not as talkative or I don't do as well, but yeah. That's just like, it never fails to impress. You can never go wrong with Ducky. They always do a wonderful job with the keyboards, great builds, great key switches, super solid. It's just overall a great experience. Now, if you're more for a gaming side, I know this video is not really targeted for that, but Corsair does make mechanical keyboards that are more focused for gaming, but have a lot of nice features that could, like, basically everyone could appreciate. So for example, some of them have a scroll wheel to raise the volume and stuff, and I always think that's nice. It's very easy to do that instead of like clicking the volume up and volume down keys. You just have a scroll wheel, and that's super nice. So I'll leave that one in the description below as well. And finally, if you're on a budget and you're like, I don't want to spend $120 on a keyboard, I'm pretty poor, and that's understandable. My first mechanical keyboard was like $50, and I was doing a lot of research to find out which one was the best for the price, and I came across Qisan. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, but Qisan makes really good budget mechanical keyboards for a low price, and that's why I put them in this list. They are only like $38, and they look nice as well. And it's a 60% keyboard, so if you're looking for a full 100% keyboard, keep in mind you won't be paying $38. You'll probably be paying closer to 60 to 70 for cheaper options. And now, let's just say you don't like these keyboards that I've listed today. You can always do your own research, keep on searching. There's a bunch of websites, Reddit, and just like everything you want to know about mechanical keyboards you can online. Two people I do recommend watching for mechanical keyboards is Random Freak P and Tahe Types. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but man, Tahe Types, amazing guy, love his keyboards, he's a great dude, and just watch their videos if you want to learn more about mechanical keyboards, and watch the video about each individual switch if you're interested. But yeah, I hope you guys did really enjoy this video. It honestly took me a lot to make because I had to do a lot of research. So if you did enjoy it, it would mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And let me know in the comments below what you think about mechanical keyboards and what your favorite brand is. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.